First Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice inasmuch as you are partakers of Yahweh's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, you may be glad also with exceeding joy. I want to give our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, or Ka Kodash, forgive me the spirit, to do this lesson. Okay. Now, this is a testimony that I spoke about in my last lesson that I was going to do, maybe, maybe not, but the spirit got on me to do it, man, because it's going to run the point home. The topic that I was on in my last lesson, which is called the love of many shall wax super cold. Not just cold, but super cold. Okay? And this point is going to run it home in this testimony. Now, in that lesson, the main point that I was hinting at is that when you first come into this truth and you separate yourselves, okay, you might have certain people, certain family that you cool with, that never gave you no issue. They know what you do, okay? They might not believe, but they don't mess with you. So you might go to your pop's house, chill out, whatever. They might be over there, okay? And they're genuine. They don't bother you. So you let it be. With that being said, the point I was making in that lesson is that the spirits are going to rev up in those people. The ones who you say, oh, they're not a problem. Every blue moon, I don't mind being around them, Not that you want to be around them, but, you see them through other situations. And they never did nothing to you. They never disrespected you. It was always, sincere. And the point is that certain demons in them is going to be drawn out to do all kinds of crazy things, man. Okay, so you got to be careful about them, let alone the whole family. But those, okay, those couples, okay, I'll say that. The couples that, don't give you no issue. Okay, so let's get into the testimony. All right, matter of fact, let's read 1 Peter 4, verse 12 again real quick. It says, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. Okay, and this testimony is very strange. So, get into the testimony. So my wife's brothers, they come around the 4th of July. They came down. They're both in the military. Okay, and we always tell them, do not bring your dog, because we got a big old dog that he will kill your dog. Okay, he's very territorial, very kind to people, but other dogs, it's like war. All right, and they know that, man, from different stories that happened, and also they know that from the last time they came down. Okay, they went to stay here for a couple of days. They sent their dog to their mother's house. Okay, because we told them, they know. All right. Well, this time when they showed up, I'm in the room and I can hear his wife, laughing, giggling, walking through the house, talking about, oh, Thunder smells Rosie, on the bed, because she's bringing in her dog named Rosie, right? She's bringing in her dog's bed, doggy bed. So I'm hearing this in the room like, well, wait a minute. Why would you have a doggy bed if we told you don't bring the dog here? So my dog is already smelling the doggy bed. So he's already alert, like, hold up. There's another dog around here. So he's already alert, okay? Keep in mind, we told him don't bring it. They know the story, totally disrespectful. So I tell my wife, I said, look, we told them. I thought you told them. Yeah, I did, blah, 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 blah. I said, well, look, man, if something happened to that dog, okay, they're going to look real stupid. Tell them they need to take their dog to the mother's house, to your mother's house, okay? Well, I'm going to say something, handle this, basically. I'm dealing with other shit. I don't want to deal with this shit. We already told them. So with that being said, the next day, they're still there. Now, her other brother, 2 brothers, they're both in the military. So they both bring their dog, man. Okay? So we told him, like, wait a minute. So both of them brought their dog? So I'm pissed off, right? Talk to my wife. I'm like, hold up. Now, if something happened, they're going to look stupid. Okay? So the next day, they pussyfooting around. I'm running errands, trying to handle certain business. And I see they still here with their dogs. So I tell my wife, I said, look, you know how I am. Now, I'm trying to keep the peace. I'm a peaceful man. Okay, but they need to follow orders, man. Okay, they need to follow orders. This ain't their house. That's disrespectful, man. You go to somebody's house, it ain't your house, man. Okay, you gotta follow the orders. Okay? And they putting their animal in danger, man. You supposed to treat animals correctly. They putting their own animal in danger. Okay, being prideful because they don't feel like it, because they want their dog with them and all that bullshit. All right? So I told my wife, I said, look, something's gonna happen to their dog, man. Okay? Something's gonna happen, watch. Because they playing games. So I didn't even say nothing. I said, okay. I said, watch this. I ain't gonna say nothing. You know? So another day go by. Well, we're going running errands. She's at work. Right? My wife's at work. So it's just them here. They got nephews, you know, the kids here, all that. This idiot, okay, one of her brothers, decided to introduce my dog to their dog. Keep in mind, they already know the history. Why would you do that? First of all, why would you do that without the owners there in my house by yourself? Why would you do that? Okay? So what happened, my dog ended up biting his dog, way bigger than his dog. His dog tried to run up under the bed. My dog bit his dog leg, right? So their dog got a wound, a big old gash wound in the leg, man, that need to be stitched up. So I heard about it. My wife hears about it. I get home. She gets home. I'm pissed. His excuse was, well, I was just trying to introduce him, you know. And we say, we told you, man. They ain't supposed to be here anyway. Now his excuse is, well, I don't want to take it over mom's house because she's not going to be able to care for the wound. All these fucking excuses. Okay? So I'm hot. I'm pissed off, man. I'm about to say something, man. You know, I'm trying to keep the peace, but I'm about to say something. Had too much going on anyway, so I didn't want to deal with that shit, you know? You know, when you got so much going on, you don't want to deal with nonsense. I was in that mode, trying to see if she was going to handle it with them, that's her family, whatever. I should just told them to leave, to be honest, but whatever. It's the past. So, after that, the next day, I wasn't supposed to be gone, but I left to run an errand last minute. So I'm going, right? After I get done with my errands, and my wife is at work. So when I get done with the errands, I'm about to come back home, I get a call from my son telling me that Michael shot Thunder. Thunder's the name of my dog. Michael's one of the brothers of my wife. I'm thinking he's playing games. I'm like, man, stop bullshitting me. He said, no, he shot Thunder in the face. So I'm like, I thought I was tripping. I'm like, no, you playing. Nope, it's true. So I'm like, what happened? I'm getting pissed off. I'm thinking my dog is laid out dead. So my dog gets to the room. They leave the door open, and one of the kids open the door. And my dog gets to the room, and my dog goes at their dog. Okay, just basically tossing it back and forth, man. You know, I got a big old, massive like pit bull. So everybody go in the room. I'm not there. Everybody go in the room. They're trying to take their dog out of my dog's mouth. They couldn't get it out because that lockjaw. And they're screaming, and all the kids are hysterical. And so when they finally got the dog at my dog's mouth, the dog got gashes on the neck. You know, it's basically dying, pretty much almost. So they rush it to the vet. He gonna tell my son, I'm gonna shoot your dog. I'm gonna kill your dog. Before he left to the vet. So my son think, okay, he just mad, whatever. So he goes to the vet. He decides to leave his wife at the vet, come here, go into my son's room, which he had a gun. Didn't even know he had a gun. You gotta ask somebody to bring a gun in their house. I don't care about that military shit. You gotta have respect. So he gets the gun, go and tell my son, I'm gonna shoot your dog. I'm either gonna shoot it in the house or shoot it outside. This is what he tells him. After he grabbed the gun out of his bag. He goes in there through my living room, by my laundry room. My dog is right there. In front of my son, and the other kids are there, right? Some kids in the room, some kids in the living room, whatever. He points the 9mm, a 9, point blank at my dog's face and shoots my dog in the face. Blood everywhere, squirting all the living room, squirting here, squirting there. And then he runs like a cow. He just takes off. Goes back to the vet where his dog is at. That's when my son called me and was like, hey, you know, Michael shot Thunder. So just give me all the backstory real quick. So I'm hot. So I'm driving home, because I'm like, man, I'm thinking my dog dead. I'm like, where's this dude? I'm mad. So I drive home. When I get there, he already came back from the vet, packed his bags, and left. He's in the military now, lives on base. So he packs his bags and leaves, and I'm hot. The mother's there, the other brother's there, all the children are there, the kid, everybody's there. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And to make a long story short, I don't want to be too long-winded, but I want to give y'all what happened. I want to tell y'all, what happened. And so at that moment, I don't want to see my dog. He's in the laundry room with the door shut because they stopped the blood a little bit, and they don't want blood tracking around the house. So when I eventually saw my dog, I'm like, hold up. I'm thinking his whole face is split open, and I'm thinking he could be dead or almost dead or just like. So he shot him in the face, like right below the eye on the right side. And it's almost like it was a small hole. And he was looking like almost normal. I'm like, wait a minute. Why does he look normal? It didn't make sense to me. And so seeing how normal he was looking, then, I'm watching him, took him outside. He's in the restroom. He's chasing squirrels, doing normal shit. I'm like, he don't act like he's been shot in the face point blank. He don't look like he'd been shot in the face point blank. And so make a long story short, I'm not going to tell you everything, but he left a couple of days. He wouldn't answer the phone. I dealt with the police and the pound. The animal patrol, people like that, all that stuff. And I warned him, like, look, I can destroy your life. You in the military. You had a gun around kids. You shot. You a coward. I can destroy your whole life, man. Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, he passed something 5 years ago. Anything cruelty towards an animal or neglect, it's a third-degree felony. So his whole career, his whole military career, he would have lost his house. His wife is pregnant. His whole life would have been destroyed. I can destroy his whole life. So I gave him a couple of days. He called, and we talked about it. He's supposed to pay the vet bill. Took my dog to the vet. But I'm hot the whole time, right? I'm super hot. I'm telling him, I'm about to destroy your life. Okay? So he paid the vet bill, talking about he was in pain and his life is already fucked up and he's in therapy. All these excuses woe me shit. Both of his friends committed suicide, which is not my problem. Okay? And a quick point is that he used to try to listen to the truth. And I think he was listening to IUIC and, for a little bit, but then he fell off and then, he like, nah, this ain't for me. So just throwing it out there so you understand that. So the spirits is wearing this dude out. And he took it out on my household, took it out on my dog. He was already tripping. But for years, he's never acted like this. Respectful, never had no problems. For years, I've known him. That's the only reason I would let him in my house. Never gave me any issues. Okay? I've been with my wife going on 12 years, 13 years. So that's the only reason why I let him in here. So my point back to the lesson is that those people who you don't mind being around here and there, if it happens, they're going to be acting insane. Those demons are going to be bubbling on them. Okay? That's the point I was making, man. Because what kind of love is that? You do that, man. Do nothing but good to you. Open my house to you. Cooking, doing this, making sure you got this, making sure you got that. And you didn't listen. You made your mistake my problem? That's a fucking demon. Okay? Now, the vet person, during the x-ray, so you see the picture, that's the x-ray. So he's like, wait a minute, what kind of bullet is this? Because he sees it's a big bullet, that it's a 9mm. But they're looking at my dog like, he don't seem like he got shot by a 9mm or shot in the face. So he was even amazed. Okay? So at the end of the day, Yahweh Shem Shai made it where my dog survived. He's walking around normal like he didn't get shot in the first place. That is only, and I mean only Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay? That's the point. That was only Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Showing his power. Okay, now at the end of this video, I'm going to show a clip to show you my dog look normal. He's walking around normal. I'm going to show you on the clip. So you see what I'm talking about. And the side where he kind of turns a little bit, that's the side he got shot on, the right side. right below his eye. You don't see no big wound or nothing. It's very small. Okay, so an angel stepped in, man. And also he made sure I wasn't here. If I was here, it could have been all kinds of hell break loose, man. He would have came back and I had to deal with him, and he got a gun that I didn't know about. So the Lord made sure I wasn't here. But look what he did. He intervened. Okay? Think about that. And you can see the bullet. It went back to his jaw. You can see it on the x-ray. And he's walking around fine. Now, they didn't want to get the bullet out because they didn't want to dig that deep to mess up other stuff. So they gave him some prescriptions and medicines so that he can heal, so it can heal around the bullet. Okay, so he going to have a bullet in his face for the rest of his dog days. Okay? But, yeah, so just a quick little testimony that I said I was going to speak about on the last lesson, just so you know, man, hey, be careful, man. Be careful, man. Okay? Those who you think ain't an issue, all right, are starting to become an issue randomly. And my son said the look in his eyes, it was like a demon took over. That's what he said. He's like a demon took over, man. Okay, so these demons are about to come out on these people, man, on everybody who don't believe in Yahweh Shem Shai. So with that, man, hey, man, keep believing in Yahweh Shem Shai. No matter what happens, he will protect you and intervene. Okay, he will show his presence. All right, he will show his presence, man. So with that, I'm going to give our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Shai, by Hashem, Rakha Kodash, for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to Akamah that is doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.